Hey, what's up everyone? It is now Sunday, February 16th. It is leg day, so gonna tackle that. It is a very, very bad snow day, as you can see from the footage. Making it work. The roads were a little on the sketchy side. If you don't need to go anywhere, I don't recommend it, but should be hopefully getting better as the day goes on. But yes, it is leg day. It is my lower rep leg day, so we're gonna be staying in that 10 to 15 range today. Got the front squats, got the hip thrusts, Bulgarian split squats too, but got to do them. And today is the low day macros. So for that, it's going to be basically 220 grams of protein, 320 grams of carbohydrates, and about 60 grams of fats. Yesterday was my high carb day, so I'm feeling pretty good and pretty, energetic, I guess you could say, from all those carbohydrates. But this is also my 6th day in a row working out, so I am pretty fatigued from all the workouts, really the training. So tomorrow I have a rest day, which I'm looking forward to. So let's go ahead and start tackling this leg workout. All right, guys, and to the voiceover. So starting off this leg day with my front squats, these felt really good today. So this is I think set number 2. And I was able to increase the weight. I was able to increase the reps on this set, but I was able to increase the weight on set number 3. That was the thing, is kind of recovering still from that back injury where I was just easing into things, but things are getting back to where they used to be. So if you notice, my heels are on top of the plate. I do have some actual squat wedges. I just don't really like them nearly as much as I just like with the plate. It's really old school, something I used to do back in the day, and I still to this day just do it. But if you have a hard time hitting depth in your squat, I do recommend trying just to elevate your heels with a plate or something. I always found it super helpful with the front squat. Back squat, I could do with or without it. I have my lifting shoes, and I normally squat in those for the back squat, but when it comes to the front squat, it is really helpful. And next up, the barbell hip thrust. This, I believe, was set number 2, and I was able to increase the weight for set number 3, which that's kind of like the idea is you want to just increase, whether it be weight, reps, something if you can. I do feel like I have a lot more in the tank. I'm just kind of easing back into some of these things because of my back, but that's all it is, just small improvements each exercise, each set, really. Now, if you noticed on this, I'm not hitting the ground. I'm trying to keep constant tension on the muscle. Time under tension is not really super important, but you do want to control the movement, and I don't want to have it hit the ground where I have no tension at all. And the dreaded Bulgarian split squat. This felt really good, even though I didn't enjoy doing it. I was able to increase the weight this week, so I'm happy with that, even though it feels more like cardio half the time than anything else. But I get a lot out of it. Honestly, the glute pump I get from this is pretty sick, which is why I'm doing it. All right, so the Bulgarian split squats went horrible. I mean, they went good, but they felt horrible. So we're gonna be moving on to the fluff movements of the workout, like some seated leg curls, stuff like that, calf work. But I did have a few of my clients recently ask about how often they should be training body parts, lower body and upper body kind of stuff. And the recommendation I kind of give people, I just thought this was useful information to someone, but is at least twice a week, hit everything. Majority of our clients do full body training because they only train a couple times a week. So realistically, a full body layout is probably going to fit their schedule the best and make the most amount of sense. If you can only train literally 2 to 3 times a week, possibly 4, normally our clients are just 2 to 3 times a week. So a full body layout is the best way to go for that. But if you're a person that can make it in a little bit more, you could do more of a lower upper, even a legs push pull if you can get in that many days a week. But just keep a simple guideline. I was trying to hit every body part twice a week if you can. So hopefully that's helpful to someone. All right, and next up, seated leg curls. So I was able to increase the weight and the reps this week, so I will take it. Now with this, if you notice, I am kind of sitting upright. I'm not leaning forward, so I'm not really trying to maximize the stretch. The main reason is it does bother my back. Even before I kind of pulled it was still bugging it. So I never really do that. I was trying it for a while, like being hyper focused on the stretch position, just because everything's coming out about how important it is. But I just can't do it on the seated leg curl like other people can. But the one thing I will say, with all the stretch focus stuff coming out, it does really go to show you, you know, how important that stretch position is on an exercise. So like even the sissy squats, I try to keep this actually as a lengthened partial, so I don't go all the way up. I kind of try to stay in that stretch position, and I try not to really take too much tension off the muscle by standing completely upright, because at the very top of the exercise there is no tension at all. So that's why if you see I kind of go all the way down, and then I don't go all the way up, and I just kind of stay on the muscle. Some people hate doing these. I really do enjoy doing them. Like I said, as I'm doing them, I don't enjoy it, but I do see great results from them. And if anything, it does help out my knee pain that I normally do have. Because I have, on my right leg, I have Osgood Slaughter ever since I was a kid, and it does kind of like bother me, especially on like cold days like today, where like it's just a little more achier than normal. But honestly, the sissy squats I feel like have strengthened my knee, as weird as that might sound, but it is what it is. All right, and for the abs, we're doing some hanging leg raises. I was able to get these for 15 reps, which is pretty good because I've been kind of slacking on them a little bit. I do need to find out a way to increase the resistance, so I might somehow figure out maybe more reps or slower. Maybe I can do controller on the eccentric, but just something to do because I feel like I'm going to be capping out on the 15 rep range here soon. So I need to figure out a way to progressively overload this. And that's kind of the thing you need to keep in mind when you're trying to train and get bigger, get more size, even strength. But you really need to focus on progressive overload, trying to improve as much as you can on a week-to-week basis. The more advanced you get, it's going to be more of like a month-to-month basis, and even slower after that. But some kind of improvement, whether it be reps, you know, even tempo, everything, weights, especially weight, but just little things like that. Just keep that in mind. And last exercise of the day is my single leg calf raise. If you notice on this, I'm trying to get a big stretch at the bottom. Once I started adding that stretch in, I can honestly say like my calf growth has been just phenomenal. So I definitely recommend it. All right, guys, that's a wrap for the leg day. Let's go home, get some food.